My first question asks me if I like music critics, and if so, if there are any that I'm a fan of. Much like my music taste, there are some music critics that I like and some that I like more than others. But I honestly believe that a vast majority of music critics are failed journalists who think that anybody can write about music, that it's easy or something. That's why so many reviews are predictably negative. It's just angry people taking out their own failed life on an album. They're just being frustrated and yelling at something they don't fully understand. Kind of like a 2-year-old. Then of course you have the critics who are so amazingly cool that if it's an album that they didn't find 10 years ago, it can't possibly be good. You know, the idea that anything popular must be crap. We can just call that the pitchfork theory. But though few and far between, there are a few truly great music critics still writing out there. These are critics who can look at an album across an entire context of history and understand exactly why it's good or bad. They don't just say something sucks. They talk about the production. They talk about the instrumentation. They can talk about the influence, the lyrics. They can really dig in and tell you why this album comes up short. And those people who give me a complete, intelligent answer, I like those people a lot. But here's the thing, regardless of who it is, just because you respect a music critic doesn't mean that they know everything, and it doesn't mean that they're always right. It doesn't mean that if they don't like something, you can't like something. If you see a critic go out and bash your favorite album, it shouldn't matter at all. That should still be your favorite album. Never, ever, ever let any critic or anyone in your life ruin an album or a song that you love. Music is the most personal thing around, and if someone tries to do that, screw them. In short, most music critics suck and should not be taken seriously, but a few of them, they're worth your time. My second question asked what the point is of a band releasing 2 consecutive EPs as opposed to just 1 full LP. This came about after I wrote an article for Death and Taxes magazine about the fact that the band Incubus is about to do just that later this year. There are a ton of reasons why a band might take this route, and one of the most obvious is that they want to get new music out to fans and not all of it is ready. Time, the creative process, whatever you want, could be holding them up from finishing everything, and they just really want to give fans something new. Another possibility is that the 2 EPs sound so wildly different that they'd seem really weird together, and fans might have trouble understanding the entire musical idea they're going for. While a lot of people might like that, the band might see it as hindering the overall musical project, and they think that if they release it in parts, people will be able to get into it a little bit easier. Another possibility is that it could be a digestion issue. That is to say, they have a lot of new music they want to give people, but they want to give fans ample time to listen to and understand the first part of the music and then give them a whole bunch of new songs to get into. They don't want to overload them, bog them down, moderation, however you want to say it. It's a definite concern, and I don't always think that's a bad idea. Finally, the band just might want to do it this way. Plain and simple. They don't need justification, it's just how they want it. And in most cases, I think the EP process puts less pressure on a band. Regardless, it'll be interesting to see just what these 2 EPs have in common. My last question today asked if I listen to Death Grips. Now, I'll be honest, I've been pretty happy that nobody has asked me this question yet, but I've been prepared for it. Kinda knew it was coming. But I guess it's due time that I addressed my relationship with Death Grips, aka the Needle Drop's most favoritist band of all time. I guess, you know what? I'm just not a huge fan of Death Grips. I'll admit it. I'm not really into those guys. I get what they're doing with their music, but it's just not for me. I'm not saying it's bad or it's lacking or it's substandard in some area or anything like that. I guess what I'm saying is that when I put it on, it just doesn't do anything to make my ears engage for whatever reason. There are a lot of people out there who say it's because it's nothing but noise, but that's just stupid. There's a clear form in every single one of their songs. I just don't really dig it. It's not my style. Like any sort of music, it's not for everyone, and I guess Death Grips just isn't for me. That being said, I did check out the new track and I listened to pretty much everything they put out because they're making music unlike anybody else on the planet right now. And while I probably won't be doing a review when the new record comes out in a few weeks, I think it's safe to say that our good friend Brothany Fandango over on the Needle Drop will be covering it extensively. So those are my questions for this time. If you've got a music related question, email me at thedailyguru@gmail.com. Hop down in the comments and let me know who your favorite music critics are and what you think of Death Grips. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook right here, and I'll see you guys again next time.